So you're relocating to Greenville, Michigan. First off, great choice. But before you pack up your Chicago apartment, trade in that DC commute, and wave goodbye to that Los Angeles traffic, there are definitely a few things you need to know before moving here. And let's be honest, going from a big metropolitan city to a much smaller West Michigan city is going to be a drastic difference because they're going to be a completely different vibe. So today we're going to be addressing that. Hey everyone, my name is Carson Dettmann, a local real estate expert here in Greenville, Michigan, and a real estate agent with Keller Grand Rapids East. And if you are relocating to Greenville, Michigan, I can definitely help you with that. I've helped a lot of people who have relocated, for instance, from Chicago over to the Greenville area and other areas nearby. So if that's of interest to you and you are looking for a place to start, you can either reach out to me personally or check out my guide in the description below. You can sign up via the top link. If you see it, it's going to be like my website. And yeah, if you visit that website, you can find the guide and as well as reach out to me personally. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now let's talk about what life in real estate really looks like when you swap the skyscrapers for sunsets of the Flat River. You're definitely not the only one making this move. In fact, Greenville is seeing a steady wave of people coming from major cities like Chicago, Washington, D.C., and even Los Angeles. They're all looking for the same thing: a simpler lifestyle, a strong sense of community, and way more house for the money. For what you pay for a cramped condo in Chicago, you can buy a spacious 3 to 4 bedroom home here, often with a yard, a garage, and peace and quiet you didn't even realize you were missing. It's no wonder why Greenville's actually been ranked among the most competitive markets, small markets, in Michigan. Now, let's talk numbers. The median sale price in Greenville is around $280,000. Again, this is up from over 15% over the previous year, which to sellers is a huge thing. And for buyers, it means that with the growing appreciation, you guys could only be seeing your home grow more and more in value. Now, considering the fact that Greenville has grown 15% since the last year, it is still widely affordable compared to the bigger city markets, such as Grand Rapids. Even with that appreciation, Greenville remains one of the most accessible places to buy when commuting to said Grand Rapids. And it's not just the housing, groceries, utilities, dining, and all of it costs less here. Property taxes are genuinely lower too, which means your monthly expenses stretch way further here. Now, one thing that catches people who move from bigger cities a little off guard is actually how fast the Greenville market has been moving this year. And just in general, it's been moving relatively fast compared to other bigger markets such as Grand Rapids, especially since our average days on market is 8. So just hearing that means that you are going to have to move relatively fast if you are planning on relocating here, which again doesn't mean you need to be reckless, but you need to find that ideal home in a relatively quick succession. So finding your ideal agent in this area who is willing to help you plan that transaction around your whole moving is definitely important. And finding a lender that does the exact same thing is also very, very important. So while life here might feel a little slower and more relaxed, real estate here is definitely not. You'll need to be ready to act quickly, especially when the right home comes along. Homes that are near Turk Lake, Baldwin Lake, and even Lincoln Lake go fast. But you may be wondering, what are the good news? Well, if you're finding a local agent, you'll get access to listings early, guidance on what is worth your money, and strategy to win without overpaying. Even though Greenville isn't as big of a city, it still has its fair share of trails, historic charm, festivals such as the Danish Festival every single year. The list kind of goes on. Okay, maybe we don't necessarily have a Target, but we have a Walmart. We are the birthplace of Meijer. Remember that, right? We are the birthplace of Meijer. So even though we don't have all of these big city ticket items, we do have the main items that you need to survive. And another thing that people who live in bigger cities kind of need to understand is that even though Greenville is a smaller town, a car is essentially a requirement. Now, we don't have like a whole bunch of public transportation, such as we can use Grand Rapids, for example. Greenville doesn't have as much public transportation as Grand Rapids does. Now, let's talk logistics. Greenville is about a 35 to 40 minute drive to Grand Rapids. So if you're working remote or hybrid, it's an easy trip when you need city access. However, again, you will still need a car. We don't have subways or extended public transit here, so owning a vehicle, again, is still pretty much essential. Even though it isn't necessarily a big city, we still have high-speed internet, DoorDash, Meijer, and plenty of local restaurants and shops. So you're not moving to the middle of nowhere. Greenville just gives you that small town feel with big town access. So if you're relocating to Greenville, Michigan, again, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. You can click the link below and I'll send you guys my free relocation guide. You can also reach out to me personally and we both can figure out a way that works best for you in your current situation, because not all situations are the same and everyone's situation requires that unique little twist to it. So if you want to reach out to me directly, reach out to me. My phone number is in the description below, and so is my website. And if you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate it. Save it, like it, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and see ya.